Have you ever found yourself dead in the middle of a field, wondering how you got there? Well, welcome to my lesson on movement. I'm UrsoDoSono, and today we're diving deep into the art of infantry movement and squad. This isn't just about moving from point A to point B, it's about mastering movement so you don't die. The best tactic for movement is being intentional with how you move. What I mean by this is look forward. What do you see? What objects can I best use to get from point A to point B? Getting into the middle of a field with no stamina is a recipe for disaster. Understanding the advantages and disadvantages of different shooting positions, such as prone, crouching, and standing, can make or break your attack. Let's look at the pros and cons of each of these positions. Standing, perhaps the worst option in most scenarios. The main benefit you get here is you have the best acceleration to get moving, but you create the largest target for your enemy and the added difficulty of lining up a good shot. Let's talk about crouching. Personally, my favorite, as it provides the best of all worlds. It allows you to stabilize a shot, minimize yourself as a target, and it is in the sweet spot for acceleration in movement. Prone is going to give you the best shooting, minimal target for your enemy to shoot, but has the massive downside of, well, you're prone. You're essentially stuck. If an enemy spots you and starts to engage you, it's an uphill battle, literally. Utilize these three best in whatever scenario you find yourself in. Speed is the insurance of mobility. The longer you stay stagnant, either prone, crouch, or standing, the higher your likelihood you will be outmaneuvered and shot. Let's discuss stamina. Stamina is both your best friend and your worst nightmare. As your stamina bar diminishes, so does your ability to get a good steady shot, and your speed decreases as well. When in direct combat, I recommend keeping yourself above half stamina. This allows you to recover into a good shooting position quickly and still have the ability to move if emergency arises. There is nothing worse than arriving to a firefight with no stamina. Cover, concealment, terrain use, and navigating incoming fire is the heart of a firefight. Perhaps the longest and most important section of this training is cover, concealment, and terrain use. We will differentiate the differences between cover and concealment and how to use both effectively. Utilizing natural features of the terrain to gain a positional advantage is an important skill to understand in squad. The difference between cover and concealment, well, concealment is the use of foliage or materials that can be shot through to distort or hide yourself. The main takeaway is concealment should primarily be used to conceal your movement, not to protect you. If an enemy can't get a clear shot on you, you have a better chance of staying alive. Concealment when used for movement should be used prior to you being spotted from an enemy. You could still be killed through concealment, so make sure to use this before you're spotted. Concealment are things such as leaves, trees, bushes, or other materials on maps that can be shot through. Cover, on the other hand, is a bullet blocking asset and, frankly, the most important thing you could use on the battlefield. This can be anything on the map from a rock to an exploded vehicle. Cover is better than concealment as it both conceals you and protects you from bullets. This should be prioritized over concealment. However, there are times when cover isn't available, and that's where you have to use concealment. When taking fire, cover should be your first priority. Look for it around you. You can probably find it pretty close. And if you're using the rules of stamina, you should have enough speed to get into cover. Finally, how can we apply all of this to navigating incoming fire? Well, by mixing both concealment and cover, you can navigate and better position yourself to take out an enemy while in a firefight. The hierarchy movement is as follows: stamina, cover, concealment. Without stamina, moving between cover is dangerous. It is okay to move methodically and slowly. Once you begin to take fire, it is a race against the clock. If you sit idle behind cover, you will be outmaneuvered, you'll have a grenade thrown on your position, or somebody will hit you with an RPG and you'll ultimately die. You must first identify a safer position which ideally contains cover to which you can neutralize the enemy from. And there you have it. I'd like to express my gratitude to each one of you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay updated with more squad tutorials.